Hey, good morning. It's Friday morning. Little rant, a little contest. Uh, First the rant. You got to listen to the rant before you can get to the contest. Price of silver when I get up this morning was down $1.20. Now what happens is that somebody announces at the opening bell that somebody sold thousands and thousands of contracts. Now a contract is an agreement on 5,000 ounces of silver. So somebody unloads 100,000 contracts or something. We're talking about a lot of silver, but there's as many as a billion ounces of silver traded every day in contracts. But they're usually contracts here and contract there, but not a really big one. But what I think they're trying to do is I think they're trying to drive it down below 27 or around 27, so everybody, all these bastards, can cover their shorts. But the market is just too strong. Uh, it's back now to about a down about $1.10, and I think it'll probably close the day the last like it has the last 2 weeks on Friday. 2 weeks ago was 29.98. Last week was 29.99. So I think it'll be close to the $30 level again when the day's over, because it's just too strong. Silver's too strong, uh, and there are more and more people that want to hold the actual silver. So I wouldn't panic. And if they did drive it down to 27, I'd be a buyer like crazy. Um, Although I'll probably buy some tomorrow if Tom has anything at the flea market. I should know that by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, in order to get you to watch this, of course, the rant. Oh, here's something else. Here's something that drove me crazy the other day. I have a power of attorney on my mother's economic affairs. So the bank, her bank sent her a notice that she had a CD that matured, and that she had 10 days to come in and either cash it out and put it in her savings or checking account, or they would just roll it over. So I figured, well, CDs are paying crap. So uh, I took my power attorney in so that I could go in there in place of her. She's 93 and pretty frail now, and uh, and take care of these issues for her. So I sat down with the lady and I said, well, here's my power of attorney, and I want you to to move this money over. So I said, how much is it? What was the CD for? And she said $500. So I said, okay, well, move it over to the account. But then I thought, well, we could use some cash in the house. Because we pay the lady comes in every day and takes care of my mother, and we always pay her cash. Uh, so I said, well, just give me the cash. So a 90-day CD at $500. What do you think the interest was? 17 cents. I was abhorred. I mean, I did everything but flip out in the bank. I said, well, what other CDs does she has? And they said, well, she has a few other that she took out last year, 30 months. I said, how in conscience, in good conscience, can you sit there and tell me that you sold last year, she was 92, that you sold a 92-year-old lady CDs, 30-month CDs instead of 90 days? I said, what kind of vultures are you? She says, oh, that's the bank's policy. I said, bullshit. That is your policy because you're the one that talked her into buying them. 30 months CDs when on 90 days on $500 she made 17 cents. So I told her, I said, well, when you get to $500, don't forget the 17 cents. I mean, this is the kind of vultures these bastards are, making you less than 1/10 of 1% interest on your money, and then turn around and they could, even the local bank could buy treasuries, 2-year treasuries, and make 2 or 3% on that investment by doing absolutely nothing. So by the time I left there, anyway, they were happy to see me go, and they told me, well, every time you come back, you have to bring back bring back your power of attorney. I said, well, that's something I stick in my back pocket and carry around. It's like 8 pages long. So I said, you'll make a copy of it and you'll keep it here, because I'll be goddamned if I think that every time I come in this bank, I got to show you a power of attorney. I said, I showed it to you. She said, well, this is a copy. I said, well, then there's my lawyer's name. I said, of course he has the original. Why the hell would I carry the original around? I'd leave that in his office. So anyway, they accepted it and they made a copy. Really nice. Now I got to go back and find out what the penalty is. If the penalty on these CDs can't exceed the interest you make on them, then I'll just pull the rest of the money out of the CDs and put it in her checking. But this is the kind of vipers and vultures these banks are. And it's a shame, because how many other grandmothers, great grandmothers, etc., go in there, and other people that have no idea what's going on and are talked into allowing their money to sit for years at virtually no interest. How the hell can you can you well, you're not making money because you're not covering inflation, and they call, well, core inflation is below 2%. Well, that excludes fuel and food. And we all know food's gone up because of the drought last year. So they're feeding you a bunch of crap, and that's what these banks are. They are nothing but a bunch of whores. I'm trying to think if oh, that was for another rant. I knew I'd written something down, but anyway, all right. So let's get to this silly contest, and it's not going to be for much, but it's just something so that you people will hang around for the rant. Okay, here's what you're going to win. I think this is 50% silver. I'm not sure. This Canadian coin, Canada dollar. It's a commemorative 1834 to 1984. Got a nice old Indian chugging his wares by the uh, uh, by the Space Needle or something. Who knows? I just got a message. It's not often I get a message. Text. I don't read text. I don't read messages. Okay, here's the deal. Closest one to the. This is my usual desk mess, uh, and who knows what's under where. But closest one to the total number of coins of people. Well, there's some of them aren't coins. Some of them are are eagles and elephants, and you know it. Who the hell knows what that thing is? And Morgans, there's a possum Morgans. But anyway, this is the usual junk up on my desk, and here's a bag with some dimes in it, and some other trash in there. But anyway, closest one to the number of coins on my desk, because that's the only way I'm ever going to get this desk clean is to do something like this. And you see, it's I don't know. I can't. I just can't keep this thing in order. But that's the contest, and uh, I'll announce that probably Sunday morning. But there might be other stuff uh, added tomorrow, hopefully, because if silver stays down, of course I'm a buyer on the weekend, and that's the way it's been. It's been going up Monday and Tuesday. If you want to unload silver, it looks like Tuesday or Wednesday's the best day to do it. And if you want to buy silver, it looks like the best time is to wait till Friday, to closing market Friday. Now, APMEX has had some pretty good sales, and I've been telling you about them, how I've ordered a few more things, and uh, I want to talk a special note to the Pharaoh, and tell him that this man has an unbelievable, an unbelievable collection, and that he is my master in all things. So Golden Pharaoh, congratulations! I mean, you have even your presentations are classy, and I want to thank you for showing us part of your collection. Okay, everybody. Well, we'll talk hopefully tomorrow. Tom will be down, and maybe we'll pick up some reasonable silver. But I wouldn't worry about this because, as I said, we talked about the mines, the three mines that are losing money that might close this year, and that we got all of Africa that is going over 1 billion people that are coming into their own, and then we have the Chinese now are starting to be consumers. So, I even if we went into a mild world recession, I still think that silver use should be up this year.